God called me to do this work. I know I'm called to do this work. You know, a lot of people don't know they're called, but I know mine. I'm not qualified, but I'm called. A lot of people ask me, they say, how do you know so much about health and disease? I like to begin, first of all, I'm just going to kind of narrate my life today as a gospel medical missionary physician. And it's been quite an illustrated life. I was born in Memphis, Tennessee, and I had no perception that I'd be doing what I'm doing today. That was not my goal. My goal was to be a great artist. I went to the university to be an artist, to be a sculptor. I want to be Michelangelo, Da Vinci, and Picasso, all rolled up in one. And I pursued that with all my might and all my strength. But it was not to be. Not to mention so many years in university studying arts and all different periods of art. And I know it. God said, drop it and follow me. And I did that over 50 years ago. And he told me, he said, if you would take on the most difficult cases, there'll be a field of labor for you everywhere. When God first introduced me to medical missionary work, I wanted to be a person that would do some lifestyle changes, lecturing, you know. And I thought that's would really be it, but God had another plan for me. And that was to deal with aggressive, real aggressive diseases. And I studied day and night on body chemistry, food chemistry, herbs, physiology, anatomy, chemistry. And God took me through his medical school. Don't ever give up. It seems so impossible that a person could understand the very sophisticated system of medicine, how to read all kind of medical evaluations and scans, and how to be able to do all of that without even a medical background. God can do it. He did it. And so that's been my pursuit. Our Lord Jesus Christ came to this world as the unwearied servant of man's necessity. He took our infirmities and bare our sickness, that he might minister to every need of humanity. The burden of disease, the wretchedness, and sin, he came to remove. It was his mission to bring men complete restoration. He came to give them health and peace and perfection of character. So a true gospel medical missionary is one that combines the gospel with health. I'm not an herbalist. I'm not a naturopath. I'm none of those things. I am an amalgamation of a doctor and a preacher. I'm a blend of both. And so I'm comfortable with that because I truly believe the finishing work will be the culmination of the gospel and the heaven. I believe when the preachers and the medical missionaries can work together, we can make a big difference in the impact of people's lives.
My father would always walk around with a Ziploc bag full of medication. And I thought, that's just how it's going to be when you grow up. I never knew anything about ascertaining the cause. You've got to get to the root of the problem. It's not just about taking a pill. It's not just about taking some elderberry, some herb or something, right? It's why are you taking this? And that's what I like to get into, the mechanics of it. Why? It says unhealthful conditions should be changed. What are unhealthful conditions? Sedentary. That's unhealthful, right? Because God told us what? To exercise. We need to at least walk, right? The Lord told us walking is the best exercise that we can do. Clothes, ooh, that's a good one. You got to have some airflow going through the house. Even if it's cold. Even if it's cold, put on a jacket, put on a hat, go outside, walk. Sunshine, right? That's right. We got to have sunshine. So unhealthful conditions should be changed. Wrong habits corrected. What's a wrong habit? Smoking. Ooh, eating before going to sleep, eating in between meals, right? I just want to hurt this one time. But before you know it, you make it a habit. And you're eating in between meals all the time. Then it says nature is to be assisted in her effort to expel impurities and to reestablish right conditions in the system. That's where your herbs come in. That's where your hydrotherapy comes in. But 2/3 of that, above that, is what we got to do. So we got to ascertain the cause. Disease never comes without a cause. It didn't say sometimes. It says never. The way is prepared and disease invited by what? By a disregard of the laws of health. Satan is what? The originator of disease. Not God. Satan is. And the physician is warring against his work and power. Sickness of the what? Mind prevails everywhere. 9/10 of the diseases from which men suffer have their foundation here. So 9/10 of disease starts where? It starts in the mind. That's why when you're working with someone, yes, you ask them all the questions about their physical health, but now you got to spend time with them, that person, to see what's going on in their minds. And a lot of times they're holding something against somebody, they're angry with someone, they're upset about something, they're stressed out. Now you have to sit down, you have to say, Lord, you have to show me how do I work with this person. To get them to understand, they have to let that go.
The right hand is used to open doors which the body may find entrance. A door is a barrier, it's an obstacle that prevent, enhance, or allow us to go in and out. The body is Christ, His church. And so the body needs to go out and do service to God. In order to be able to accomplish that, they need the helping hands. The helping hand is the what? The medical missionary work. It's the right hand. Its job is to open the door, to remove the barriers so that the gospel can go to the world. This is the part the medical missionary work is to act. It is largely to prepare the way for the reception of truth. But this time, the medical missionary work will prepare them what? To understand and appreciate the present truth. A body without hand is useless. A church without medical missionary work is wasting God's time. Jesus Christ came to this world as a great benefactor of mankind. He laid before the people the relief from suffering. And from that, it opened the door to the gospel. You see, medical mission work can save no one. Can't do it. It is not the job of medical missionary work to save a person. Only the gospel can do that. But the medical mission work can bring the people to hear the gospel, to mend their broken heart. And as you minister to their physical needs, it will open the door for their spiritual needs. Therefore, the body is treated differently. The right hand, refusing its aid, is able to accomplish nothing.
So Job 30:17-18, it says, "My bones are pierced in me in the night season, and my sinews take no rest. By the great force of my disease is my garment changed. It bindeth me about as the collar of my coat." Perhaps the oldest known type of arthritis, gout or gouty arthritis, has had a long and colorful history, with some of the earliest descriptions dating back as far as the 5th century BC. 2 Chronicles 16:12-13. And Asa, in the 30th and 9th year of his reign, was diseased in his feet, and his disease was exceedingly great. Yet in his disease he sought not the Lord, but to physicians. And Asa slept with his fathers, and died in the 140th year of his reign. So we see here King Asa, he had some type of disease in his feet. He tried to go to physicians, they couldn't help him, and eventually he died. And so some scholars, they said, among the numerous diseases, peripheral disease, gout, and degenerative osteoarthritis were most likely to affect the king's legs. So it could have been one of those things. So this is what we need to eat the most of. No matter what plenty of vegetables, plenty of fruits. Something you need to do is drink lots of water, stop the alcohol consumption, and try losing excess pounds if you're overweight. Studies show that these delicious tart or sweet cherries can reduce pain from arthritis and post-exercise soreness. One study showed that this fruit has the highest anti-inflammatory content of any food. So start adding cherries to your diet. Eat more cherries. They have anti-inflammatory properties, and if you have gout, if you have arthritis, this is going to help a lot. Just something simple, just like that. Berries, apples, and pomegranates. Berries are rich in antioxidants, and the Arthritis Foundation notes that blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, cranberries, raspberries, and boysenberries all provide arthritis-fighting power. There are many gout sufferers who have stated that they found relief from a gout attack by consuming flaxseed oil. It reduces inflammation in the joints and can also be used topically by rubbing the inflamed or swollen area of the skin with flaxseed oil. Again, something that simple. One of the best diets for lower uric acid is pumpkin seeds. These foods are high in dietary fibers, which aids in absorbing uric acid and its elimination from the body. Walnuts. Walnuts have plenty of omega-3 and are a gout-friendly protein source. They also have anti-inflammatory properties. Walnuts are a safe source of essential nutrients for people with high uric acid levels. So, add more walnuts into your diet. Vitamin C decreases uric acid levels and can prevent gout attacks. Most studies suggest getting at least 500 milligrams per day. Since fruit also contains fructose, which is linked with increased uric acid levels, offer a lower fructose option. So vitamin C is really good, but you don't want to have anything too sugary, so just watch out for it, and you're gonna see some relief from that.